Okay guys, very quickly before we start the video, I just want to say don't forget to smash that like button down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so that you'll be notified every time I upload, and comment down below your thoughts about it. Don't forget to enjoy! First of all, it's okay to put this on YouTube, Facebook, social media, my site used for demonstrations and courses, all that.
Yep.
Okay. So how have you been? First the good.
The good?
The good.
Yes. Okay. Let me look at my journal. I've been alright, you know.
Good.
I've had some, even though I had some bad news, but, you know, I got my mindset more. Instead of sitting as in a victim or powerless place, you know, I've been sort of more opportunistic. You know, I heard that my whole team is being made redundant, right? And in end of March.
Okay.
You know, and obviously it's come as a surprise. We didn't expect this, and you know, it can be frightening. But you know, I've been quite optimistic. I've been thinking, right, okay, maybe this is an opportunity to move on.
Yep.
You know, I think my attachments to, like, say, well, my married life gone, job now, and I've got a home in Manchester. I don't know, let it unfold, but maybe I needed a sort of a push to motivate me out, because I've been in this job for the last 5-6 years, and I don't think I've developed myself. I've developed emotionally and everything, and you know, but professionally, it's been comfortable there. So I've just stayed there, and I've enjoyed it. You know, I've had a good 5 years. It hasn't been the sort of high-pressured, stressful job that, well, in some areas you can be in. You know, I was working for some big corporate and running around, and then coming home to the sort of atmosphere I've been living in, it would have been very uncomfortable. Or, you know, being in a job where I'm sort of helping other people recover and facilitating their recovery and training them, teaching them things what I have to do myself as well.
Right.
You know, I've even made them do tapping.
Really cool.
Yeah, seriously.
Very cool. Did they get into it?
Yeah, I mean, some find it funny, but you know, I get into, you know, doing that, and
Right.
thank you, I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, you know.
Right. Cool.
Yeah. So everything I do myself, I pass. That's probably been the most beneficial thing of that job, because when you're giving advice, you have to follow it as well.
That's correct.
You know, you can't just talk. Well, I can't.
Without walking the walk. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So it's been good.
Good. Excellent.
So yeah, so I've got basically 2.5 months before the actual tenure ends. I've been looking at what I want to do. There's a part of me, and I don't know, I thought about this. Maybe just like having a break from this service business, social services, and all that. Because it seems like I've been in it since like 2004, and I've never left in some way or another. You know, I was a client first for the first 10 years,
Right.
and then for these last 8 years, I've been either a peer mentor, then a volunteer, and then a worker.
Right.
You know, and it seems like my whole life is just, which is good. You know, I'm in that self-discovery thing, but I don't think being on self-discovery journey is just about being an addict. You know
Right.
what I mean? You know, I think that's what pushed me into this area. Well, it doesn't mean I'm an addict, as in that's it. There's a bigger world out there. And you know, the thoughts have come in, and I'm thinking, you know, what about flipping truck driving? You know, I thought I mean, it's not a career where I want to spend like the next 25 years in a truck cabin. No, I thought, you know what? I don't know whether you can look at this from a negative or positive. Part of me just feels like I've been around people. I can't be bothered right now. I just want to do something where I'm earning money. I can earn money and save. You know what I mean, for the next year or two, because I don't really have any commitments to anyone apart from my children. You know, apart from that, you know, they're my commitment. Just work, earn, you know, do overtime. I could earn good money, but you know, it would be a bit sort of you can be isolated as well. Yeah, but obviously no other job would give me the autonomy and flexibility I've had with this job. The only reason I thought truck driving, say if I did even just weekend work, I would have other times available to give them. Some days might be just 4 on, 4 off. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the thing is, the way I was looking at it as was, there's always jobs available. You know, there's always a need, a demand for HGV drivers. So, you know, I don't see it as a career, but you know, if you've got that license there, it's a backup. You know, you can go
Mm-hmm.
some of these, you can work in some places and get made redundant, but you know, you can always fall back on something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the way I saw it.
I'm not telling you to niche it. Ditch
No,
it.
well, sometimes I don't know whether this is my sort of adult child even speaking, thinking that you know what, I just can't be bothered with people. Just put me in a corner and leave me alone and just go. Do you know what I mean? You know, and unless I'm working for myself and doing something, you know, I just can't be bothered going back into career ladders and you know, running in the rat race for somebody else. At least truck driver, you know, you're just doing a job, you get paid okay, you come home and that's it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it is a bit isolated, obviously. You know,
Right.
yeah,
It's an idea. You should think about it. I'm not telling
yeah,
you to dish it or not ditch it. I'm just saying, think about all the aspects about it.
yeah. I mean, it's just an idea that first came. Might change, but
Right.
you know, but yeah. So I'm gonna work on my CV this week, do some tweaking.
Okay.
To be honest, I don't know what it is. I think part of me probably is that sense of, probably, I don't know, but probably a sense of inadequacy when it comes to professional work. Even in the work I'm in, I sometimes feel I relate better to clients, right,
Mm-hmm.
than
The
to,
bosses.
yeah. You know what I would love to do is something more. See if I had like a 10 bedroom and I could, you know, start my own little project with
Mm-hmm.
10 service users, clients. I've got a friend who's doing the same, and I've seen that business develop over the last year or two. When he came in, it was no beds. I mean, it was empty. They had one person, and how he's developed it over the last year. You know, now he's got 10 beds, and he's got a waiting list of people. It's only him and another person that work in the place,
What is
and
this for?
it's
Facilitate
like
this?
it's like a rehab.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can give clients that personal time. It's more personal, one-to-one, and it's not just about when you're working for bigger organizations. It's all about performance and targets and numbers. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and working on that level, more of a grassroots. I feel that's where I'd rather be, somewhere more on the grassroots level. You know, I've had the idea. I've got my like parents' house. They have a nice. It's like an eight-bedroom. They're always talking about downsizing, moving out.
So
You
you
know,
can
I,
switch. They move
yeah.
into your place, you move into their place.
Well, this is too small, but they've got other options. I do think sometimes, you know what? I'm going to meet someone, in fact, tomorrow at lunchtime. That same friend of mine who's got this project. I'm actually going to go and see him and just see how he developed and if I can do the same. I don't want to put too much pressure on my parents. I might start somewhere else with something smaller, like a four-bedroom, five-bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And if that works and I get to know the system, the housing model, and all that, and I think that'd be a great, brilliant opportunity. I mean, to get a house like that, what my parents have got, it's beautiful, and to turn that into a rehab, yeah, I think it's be a great legacy there as well. you know. So that's an idea I've been working on, but I'll be honest with you, I do have I don't know whether it's the critical parent that is fear of failure, to be
Okay.
honest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and sometimes I feel like I might be better off just sitting in the trucks where I'm less at risk. Do you know what I mean? The trucks is
What?
um, to, to be honest, I think that's why that truck has come into it because it's less risky, vulnerability. You get paid half decent amount. I can work 4 days a week, get on with my life, no risk, see my daughters, come home and sleep. You know what I mean? A simple life. But then I think, am I selling myself short? Am I just avoiding vulnerability, risking success or failure, or that life? I'm not judging that life. You know what? Someone has to drive trucks. It doesn't make anyone better or worse. Sometimes I think, what do I want? The less hassle, less risky life, and just a simple life. Live simple. I've probably got another 30 years left on this earth, if that.
Boy, are you short selling yourself. How
Yeah,
old are you now?
I do sort of say that to myself a lot.
Okay.
37, 38, so
I have another 30 years in this world. Okay.
yeah. My head does go there, honestly. It does say, what is the point? Don't get too attached to all this, because you know what? You pass halfway point nearly.
All right, let me ask you a question. Could it possibly be that if you were doing something that didn't leave any legacy to it, then you're right. 70 years would be, you lived your life, did what you did, that's it. But if you had a legacy to leave over, you'd have a reason to actually live more. Just asking this little question over there.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Now, I don't have anything against truck drivers. I remember when I was younger, I went on a cross country trip with my parents and we got stuck in this convoy of trucks. And it was so much traffic. We were at a standstill and everyone was getting out of their cars and the trucks. And I was like, I don't know, 12 years old, 13 years old. And I started talking to some of the truck drivers over there. And like some of them were really smart. They had degrees in history, degrees in literature, but they just couldn't find jobs in it. So they did whatever they could find a job in, which was truck driving. It's true, truck driving, you go, you get your money, you come back. And maybe even at times you might feel that there's some purpose for your life because you're bringing medication to someone who actually needs it, or not just, delivering furniture from one place to another. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with delivering furniture from one place to another. I'm just saying that, if you're happy with that and I would say that in general, people who just have their jobs to have jobs, and then they have, they earn their money, they come home, they generally have a family, they want to go on their family vacations, they lead a simple life. All right?
Yeah. Mm.
You're going to come home. Sometimes you'll have your daughters, sometimes you won't. How are you going to feel? Just asking, how are you going to feel? Because from what I've gotten to know you, it doesn't sound to me like you'd feel very fulfilled.
No, you're right. I'm probably doing it because,
It's the easy way out.
yeah, I feel like,
It's the easy way to run away.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Another escape, which is
Well,
much healthier than addictions. There's no doubt about it. Much healthier than addictions, but it's another form of escape. Away from your parents, away from the community, off going, have a good reason why you don't want to come to all the family events because you're tired, you've been driving all day.
yeah.
Just think about how fulfilled you're going to feel in your life. And again, there's nothing wrong with driving a truck. Truck drivers are great. Some of them are really, really smart. Some of them, that's just what they know how to do. They're great drivers. Some of them, not that either. But you have the same thing with doctors. Some doctors are great. Some doctors are not great. Some lawyers are great. Some lawyers are not great. Right? The question is if you're going to be fulfilled with your life driving a truck, if you don't have any of the other stuff there. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to shortchange yourself or sell yourself short. I don't know how you say it. What's the proper expression?
Sell yourself short, yeah.
Sell yourself short. And I don't want you to get to the end of your life and say, all right, so let's see, what did I do with my life? I drove a truck. If that made you feel good, then I'd say great. But think about whether that's going to make you feel good or not.
No, you're right. Like I say, I don't think it's a long-term career. I mean, with where I'm at in my life currently, right now, I've been in this job, well, in the drug service in one way or another, whether it was a client, volunteer, then a worker, for the last 14, 15, 16 years. I thought with me, just being with me on my own, I don't have a family to come home to commute to, apart from my two daughters who I can always arrange to see whenever I'm free. I think we've got that sort of
Arrangement already
understanding.
there.
Yeah, I thought, right, I can just, and it's one of those things that I could start the training, say, next week, and within the next 8-10 weeks, before the end of March even, have a license come April, if I wanted to. If I didn't want to, if I don't go on a holiday or a little break, I could walk into another truck job, straight after and still be earning more money than what I'm on. And I was just thinking, maybe for a year, just graft, work, get some money together behind me. And then, obviously, it gives me time to reflect and think where I want to go. What I'm also aware of is
Getting into another comfort zone.
Yeah. Comfort zone. And just like with this job, 5 years have flown by, 5.5 years. I'm not really pushed myself to do anything for anybody else. But then again, I don't think I want to join just another drug service to work for somebody else's. I feel like I need to stay. I like that idea I've had just now. Something like that. But even then, for that, I need money and obviously, people together. But I've been thinking about that idea for the last flipping nearly a year or 2 years now. Just not done nothing about it. And now, having that meeting, I've got some reading and research I'm doing. It is something I think I love to do. One, why? I don't have an interest in properties. I've just got myself on the property ladder. I feel like I could do something in this area and then join it in with my passion for recovery, you know, putting properties and recovery together. I've got something that, it's not just about money, but it's about a purpose as well, you
See,
know.
here's where I hear your passion coming out. When you talk about truck driving, you're like, well, it's something that I can do and it's easy and I can make money and I can be isolated, I can do this. When you talk about this, you start talking about your passion. That's why I'm
Yeah.
saying I don't want you to shortchange yourself.
No, 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 you're right. I mean, the only reason I've thought, like I say about the trucks is money is there, demand's always there. Even while I'm trying to get this idea off the ground, if I've got an income, say, working 3 days doing trucks, and the rest of the days I'm focusing on this other idea, because that will take time to get off the ground, you know.
All right, now you're talking differently already. Anyway, you sound like you're in a good place.
Surprisingly, yeah, I am.
I guess all that works.
Surprisingly, because this stuff, I wouldn't say natural, but most of my life I've been a pessimist victim, frightened. But there's a part of me that is more now optimistic as well. It's not always looking at what I've lost, it's what I can gain. And that doesn't come natural to me. That's not my normal, so something's happening. But there is that, I think, there is that small, quiet voice which I'm working with that wants me quietly just, I ain't got long left. Just quietly get on the trucks, work for the next whatever years, earn some money, buy properties, rent them out, and quietly live. You know, yeah.
Okay,
You've only
I
got
don't care. I don't.
you've only got 30 years left or something. Don't.
That's the quiet voice I want to work with right now. Because the rest of it, we've done good work. I mean, you're in a much better place. There's no doubt about that. Let's work with that little voice that says you've only got 30 years left. Okay? Where do you hear that voice?
Where do I hear that voice?
Mm-hmm.
It's at the back of my head.
Okay, how loud is it?
Right now, it's not loud. It's just
Okay, what happens when you turn it louder?
okay. Yeah,
How does it feel now?
doesn't feel nice.
Okay, I want you to bring it to the front of your head now. See how it feels.
Yeah, it feels a bit more, well, scary.
Okay, and I want you to put it to a Donald Duck body.
Put it down.
To a Donald Duck body. How does it feel now?
Amusing.
And now make it have a Donald Duck voice as it's saying those same words.
Yeah, it's funny.
Okay, and now push it back to the back of your head with a Donald Duck and everything and all.
Yeah.
How's it now?
It's laughable.
Okay, think again about just go ahead. Do the trucking, get some money, buy properties, rent them out till you die when you're 70. How's that feel now?
Don't feel nice.
Let
Not
it go.
feeling
Let it go.
true.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Only have 30 more years left.
We have 30 more years left.
Might as well just drive a truck for 30 years. Might as well just waste those 30 years. Because it's only 30 years. Let it go. It's safe to let it go. It's time to let it go.
It's time to let it go.
Whoever gave it to me,
Whoever gave it to me,
wherever it came from,
wherever it came from,
whatever it means,
whatever it means,
whatever it represents,
whatever it represents,
all the proofs behind it,
and all the proofs behind it,
all the memories behind it,
all the memories behind it,
all the attachments behind it,
all the attachments behind it,
all the conflicts surrounding it.
all the conflicts surrounding it.
Just let it go.
Just let it go.
It's safe to let it go.
It's safe to let it go.
Time to let it go.
It's time to let it go.
Empires were created
Empires were created,
and empires were destroyed
empires were destroyed.
in less than 30 years.
Less than 30 years.
And I think, what's 30 years? Might as well just drive a truck.
And I think it was 30 years. Just drive a truck.
Let it go.
Let it go.
It's okay to drive a truck
It's okay to drive a truck
if that's what I love to do.
if that's what I love to do.
But I choose not to drive a truck
Why choose not to drive a truck?
just to while away my 30 years that I have left on this earth.
That sounds depressing.
Yes, it does. I have lives to save, people to help,
Just people to help,
skills to share,
skills to share.
ones that I've learned
Ones I've learned,
and ones that I'm learning. And I have so many souls just waiting.
so many souls just waiting.
For me to share my knowledge with them,
Show my knowledge to them,
so that they can get rid of their victimhood
so they can get rid of their victimhood
and lead a life of meaning,
and live a life of meaning.
a life of creating by design, not by default.
A life designed not by default.
I choose to live my life by design.
I choose to live my life by design
And not by default.
and not by default.
I choose to choose what I want to do.
I choose to choose what I want to do.
I choose to live my passion,
I choose to live my passion,
whatever that might be.
whatever that might be.
If truck driving's my passion,
If truck driving is my passion,
then that's what I'll do.
then that's what I'll do.
But if truck driving's not my passion,
If truck driving is not my passion,
I'll find my passion
then I'll find my passion
and I'll do it.
and I'll do it.
Do it to the utmost.
Do to the utmost,
Do it to the best of my capability.
to the best of my capability.
Let everything else go.
Let everything else go.
I'm safe.
I'm safe.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Go to your safe place. Place where you feel utterly, completely safe, secure, and loved. And say peace.
Peace.
Okay, hear that voice. Well, I only have 30 years left. Might as well just drive a truck for those 30 years. On my tombstone, though, right? He drove darn well.
Well, he did somewhat well. Yeah.
How does that feel now? Because all you have is 3 years left, 30 years, go just like that.
Yeah, it don't feel nice, like. Oh, feels like I'm, not being true to myself and not doing my God justice as well.
Not being true to your daughters either.
Yeah.
Not too.
Like I said, I think
What?
it'd be all right just as a, as you said, something while I'm growing this up.
Yep.
Because what'll happen is you end up getting another job in another organization, then you just get stuck in that system again,
I understand.
then a few years can go by and still nothing's done. With a job like, say, truck driver, say even taxi driving, you're independent, you're just doing a job, you got no loyalty to one firm or agency, you're just working, earning money while trying to build something on the side. You with me?
I am, if you're actually trying to build something on the side. If you don't get stuck in that comfort zone. Because I think all too many people get stuck in that comfort zone where, oh, I'm doing it already, I'm earning money, I'm living, why bother more? Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows where I'll be? And right now, you are in a good place. Because the fact that you didn't go into a downward spiral when you heard that you were being made redundant and instead you started thinking about opportunities right away, that's a good place to be. Much better than the people who are victims who are saying, oh no, what are we going to do now? How are we going to pay our bills? How are we going to do this? Much better place.
No, I know, yeah. No, definitely. I was actually surprised at that, I thought, wow.
Oh, we've done a good job here.
Yeah. Well, we are doing something. I mean, that came in, one door closes, another will open, and the thought, God's got something planned for me, Relax.
Don't forget, if you like this video, leave a like down below, subscribe to my channel, or subscribe to my newsletter. The address is right down below over there. Have a great week.